Hello friends, this is Muskan Sharma. I have made my video in a brief context. Today's my topic is equality for women is a harsh social reality in India. In India, the constitutionally guaranteed the struggle for equality of women is a contradictory, harsh social reality in India. In back 20th century, during the struggle for independence, in the fight against the British and vested educated leaders like B.R. Ambedkar, Mahatma Gandhi, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, encouraged women to step away from their home and herds and to participate in the public sphere in the fight for independence. Indian values, nationalism, and cultural heritage were glorified through the symbolism of Mother India. Factors of declining in women participation. There are some factors which contributed in declining in women participation, which are as follows. First, absence of access to resources such as land, credit, and technology, etc. Second one is perception of males as the breadwinner of the family, despite the fact that in low income household women's income is crucial for sustenance, which means women is also an important factor to contribute towards the household economy or household income. Women can also go outside and can work and earn for their own and for their family benefit too. Third one is government programs to increase employment and productivity are focused more on men, and women are seen as beneficiaries rather than active participation. Last one is the huge demand of time and energy of women for women tasks such as home bearing and rearing, childbearing, etc. Addition to participation in labor force too, which leaves them very little time to give focus on their own education or focus on their own productivity and focus on their own interest. These are some of the important factors or points that leads in declining in women's participation. There are many more. Third one is important landmark judgments on protecting women rights in India. There are some case laws which are Vinita Sharma versus Rakesh Sharma 2020. This is for the protecting women's right in context of family. In this court held that daughters would have equal rights in Hindu in undivided family by virtue of their birth and could not be excluded from inheritance. Second one is protecting them from sexual harassment at workplace, which is Vishaka versus State of Rajasthan 1997. In this Prevention and Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013, a vital law to protect millions of women who enter the country's workplace every year. Third one is the Secretary Ministry of Defense versus Babita Punia and others 2020. This case mainly related to women army officers are eligible for permanent commissions, allowing them to be in command roles. Women officers are now on par with their male counterparts when it comes to promotions, benefits, pensions, and etc. Rank also. The next one is improve representation of women in India judiciary. Justice Fatima Bibi was first woman Supreme Court judge in 1989. Supreme Court of India only has 2 women judges as against a sanctioned strength of 34 judges. There has never been a woman Chief Justice of India. Delhi High Court has 229 men and 8 women designates. Currently, no data is centrally maintained on number of women in tribunals or lower courts. 17 women senior counsel in Supreme Court opposed to 4003 men. This data basically shows that in representation of women in Indian judiciary is also very less compared to men. The Indian judiciary needed more women judges to the insensitive approach of court cases of sexual violence. Last one is political status of women in India. Though India had a woman late Prime Minister, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, women are not fairly represented in Parliament and other state and local bodies. However, 73rd and 74th Amendment to Constitution have ensured that the participation of women in Parliament with a reservation of one-third women. Although women are nearly half the population, they make up mere 11.6% of 552 member of Lok Sabha and 11% of 245 member in Rajya Sabha. In fact, scholars have shown that gender equality is a greater predictor of peace than a country's wealth, levels of democracy or religion. At last, my point of view, it is about understanding each individual's strength and utilizing that in a workplace. For example, the traditional perception is that the woman chef should be in a pastry, while the kitchens all of men's domain. I personally believe equality starts at home in the way we treat our sons and daughters. This is my personal opinion that if we want a equal status of women in the society, we have to treat them equally in everywhere, whether it's a workplace, whether it's a home, whether it's any public gathering, whether it's in any area. We have to respect them, we have to treat them equally, like a men. We can't prefer men every time over women. We have to treat both of them equally. I personally believe that men and women are equal in irrespective of their appearance. The only thing is that they are not similar in matter of their appearance. Otherwise, they have equal capability to represent in the society equally. And at last, I'm thrilled with one question: is India ready to be an equal society for women? um, I